Hi, and welcome to One Ment. I'm Adrian, and it's my great pleasure to share with you today more of what I've been taught, or what I've learned, and what I believe. I hope it will resonate and ring true with you. Previously, I talked about the electrical force field that flows around the body. That's our own force field. But spiritual power is different. All power from spirit enters through your feet and generates through the hands for healing. Chakras are spoken of by many. I don't confess to know all there is to chakras, not by a long shot. But in the context of power and spiritual work, and in order of importance for oneself, Spirit teaches this: head, throat, stomach, solar plexus, chest. The chest is most important for healing others. The head chakra receives. The head chakra has to do with mind consciousness, clairvoyance, help from guides, intuition, memory, bridging the gap between the conscious and subconscious. All one's energy comes from the brain. The throat chakra delivers. Spirit works on the vocal cords to change and to improve. Spirit works on the throat chakra to promote longevity, sending enzymes from the thymus gland, strengthening, purifying, and enlightening in that order. The throat chakra has to do with strength of mind, resolve, physical changes, new perception, and the ability to hear guides. The stomach chakra observes. It observes negativity, and this provides protection. The solar plexus chakra moves. In terms of delivering messages, the solar plexus chakra combines three other chakras. It facilitates the receiving of messages. It's a focal point of light. It's a nerve ending of receiving and delivery of messages. And it is therefore important to keep the solar plexus free of impurities. It gets rid of bad thoughts. The chest chakra assures. An important function of the chest chakra is when one is sitting and the chakra starts, one should be picking up something. For example, you might be having a particularly meaningful discussion, and if your chest chakra starts, know that whatever you have in mind to say is the correct thing to say. Here's something that most people are unaware of, and I am directly quoting a high guide from the sixth plane, the same plane that Jesus came from. The solar plexus chakra and the base of the spine are interlinked. The spine functions first and pushes power through that part of the body. They are linked in spirit because what you call the solar plexus is dysfunctional. It does not operate without the spine. The spine operates independently, but the solar plexus cannot operate at all on its own, without the spine doing the work for it. So we ignore it, the coccyx chakra, completely when we lecture. You can stimulate the chakras by breathing. For the stomach, it's a deep breath in, and you push the air out. The solar plexus, shallow breaths in and out. The throat chakra, it's a short breath in and a long push out. And the throat chakra works with orange if you're working with color. The head, it's short, shallow breaths. And try to feel a narrow band and then feel the top of the head rotate. For the chest, short, shallow breaths as well. I've previously mentioned that animals do not themselves have a soul, but when enough animals have enough experience, the sum of these experiences, imagine a shoebox of experiences, is enough for that animal group soul to reincarnate as a human for the first time. So just as animals have group souls, so do humans. We begin life through the giant amoeba as single eggs, which split into two separate halves, a male and a female. These are what are known as soulmates. Each member of a group soul develops at the same speed. Some may choose to remain behind in spirit, others reincarnate. For that reason and for other reasons, it's not in every lifetime that one meets one soulmate. But often you meet another of your group soul, and you feel like you've known them for years. There's an immediate affinity with them. You may have been in past lives as brother and sister, as man and wife. I do a lot of spiritual work with my brother, who unusually, I think, happens also to be of the same group soul. So often a person who's had a past life in, say, France will have an aversion to speaking French in this life because they've had their French life and they do not need that experience again. And there have been proven tests of people speaking different languages through hypnosis and of people who find their way through many strange places on the earth that they've never visited in this life. Many inexplicable fears may originate from a past life and may be explained through regression or by asking a guide. I used to have a strange fear when I was trying to sleep on my back. And through regression, I discovered that I had had a life as a Roman foot soldier, and I'd been killed by being stabbed in the chest while I was asleep on my back. So once I knew that, my strange fear went. Spirit guides often take their names and their appearances from a past life in which they learnt a lot to appear and speak to us. In spirit, they do not retain that identity, but on the earth it makes it easier for us to relate to. So when we die, we do not retain this identity either, but we have a spirit name and a spirit body, and we are the sum total of all our lives. A matrix, not to be confused with the movie of the same name, is a time bubble or a time stop. In spirit, there's no time. So if someone wants to reincarnate into a specific period in history to experience, for example, Nazi Germany, they can. I will say, though, that most people don't go, if you've already lived, say now, you wouldn't normally go back to another time period. Just as someone, if you've incarnated as a human, you wouldn't normally incarnate on a planet of giant sponges. Within each life, there are several matrices. As you go through life and grow, through experience and in understanding, you can shift from one bubble to another once you've learned what you need from the matrix you're in. It's like an aha or a deja vu moment, and that realization can release you in a split second, and you move on to the next matrix. Onward and upward, I guess, since there's only evolving, not regression. That brings to mind a belief that many have that one can reincarnate as a grasshopper or a dolphin or something like that. I believe otherwise, that souls progress. Remember that I have previously stated that animals do not have souls. So that would be contrary to one's upward evolution. Only humans have individual souls. If you find value in what I'm sharing, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell too, so you don't miss anything. And please remember that you are a sliver of divinity, so keep your sliver shining, reflecting back to God and to all life, and let no one dull your shine. You can get in touch with me regarding mental healing and clearing of negativity. My contact details are in the description box below.